Hello, my young math Padawans. It's Mrs. Angel for your math lesson of today. Today, we are going to be looking at the properties of exponents. We're going to ask ourselves, what are the properties of exponents? What do they mean? And then how do I simplify using them? So let's get started with today's warm-up. Take a moment and write down these two problems. M squared, or m to the power of 2 minus 5 is number 1. And number 2, r cubed, or r to the power of 3, divided by 4 minus 3r squared. Now we are going to evaluate these variable expressions, so I will give you values to plug in for m and for r, but I want to talk about this for just a moment. Both of these expressions have what we call powers, or powers are sometimes called with exponents, right? So whenever you see an expression that has a power, let's just do a quick chat right now about what this means. M squared, or m to the power of 2, does not mean 2 times m. This is a power, this is a product, those do not mean the same thing. What does the exponent actually mean here? What is it telling us to do with m? If you remember, the exponent is telling us how many times we're going to multiply m by itself. So m to the power of 2 means m times m. 2 times we're going to multiply m. R to the power of 3 means r times r times r. So the exponent is the number of times we're multiplying the base, that's what it's called in a power, by itself. So as we are going through and evaluating, just remember that we use the phrase expand and simplify. Again, that phrase is expand and simplify. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we go. So for the first one, m squared minus 5, you're going to substitute in m equals negative 6. Go ahead and pause the video to do that now. Let's go over it. M squared minus 5 when m is negative 6. So again, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to replace m with negative 6. And then we're going to write out the rest of the expression. Now, because 6 is negative, I will put parentheses around it. I always like to put parentheses around my negatives so that I understand that those are negatives, not subtraction symbols, and I don't want to lose them. So now my expression has become negative 6 squared, to the power of 2, minus 5. Again, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to highlight that subtraction symbol because we don't want to lose that structure. We don't want to forget about it. And then what does negative 6 squared actually mean? It means negative 6 times negative 6. That's what we call expand. We're expanding the power and writing it as a product so that we understand what that means so I don't get tempted to like multiply by 2. And now we simplify with order of operations. I don't see any groups. We don't have any more powers. So now we're just going to multiply. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. And 36 minus 5 is 31. All right, for number 2, same thing. Think in your mind, expand and simplify. We're going to substitute in r equals 2. So if you'd like to try to do that on your own first, go ahead and pause the video now. Let's go over it. Okay, again, first step, we're going to substitute 2 for r in the expression. So in the numerator, we now have 2 to the power of 3 divided by 4. Notice how I don't have to put parentheses around it because this is a positive 2. But if you wanted to put parentheses around the 2, you can. It's totally up to you. Minus 3 times 2 to the power of 2. Okay? Now, again, expand and simplify. 2 to the power of 3 is not 2 times 3. That is 2 times 2 times 2 divided by 4. 2 to the power of 2 is not 2. Oh, it is 2 times 2, but not because of what you think. It is 2 times 2 because you're multiplying 2 by itself 2 times. And now that I've expanded, let's go in and simplify. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So this is 8 divided by 4 minus 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So now I have 8 divided by 4 minus 12. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 minus 12, if I'm using a number line, if I start at 2, I'm going 12 to the left, I'm going top 0, and then 10 more. My answer here is negative 10. So again, in the warm-up, things to remember, always substitute the value of the variable into the expression and always expand before you simplify.